Before we get started with today's interview, just a quick reminder, click the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell so that you don't miss any of the great interviews that we have coming up. Now, on to today's interview. Welcome back, everybody. Today, my guest is Tom Gerou, and his piece on the new Federation Festivals list is Square Wheels. Welcome, Tom.
Well, thank you, Sam. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I love this piece. It has this kind of fun, bluesy, jazzy sound to it. There's some cool blue notes that really make that elementary school student feel like they're playing something kind of cool and jazzy. Talk to us a little bit about Square Wheels.
Well, this piece, as I came up with an additional kernel of an idea for the piece, I thought just stay with the blues progression. You know, one statement of the blues progression, it kind of sets it up. And then as I go through, I decide where the student is going to alter their accidentals, whether it's a flat or a sharp, in the piece to fit in with the bluesy part of it. Also, in working with the blues progression at this level, I don't want the hands to move to match the chords to where they're on the tonic. Sort of my creative motion in this is to figure out where can I keep the hands together and still have the chord progression that it needs. And so it's sort of a fun thing that they're playing 8-bar blues, but they're not moving their hands to the tonics. And it keeps it going. In choosing the theme of a square wheel, I sort of forget what the kernel of an idea was, but it's sort of an absurd idea having square wheels on a bicycle. So how do I convey that? Besides the lyrics, you know, I write out the lyrics, and every time we kind of get to the end of a phrase, I emphasize that kerplunking of a square wheel as it's going. And I write that in there so a student that needs that sort of extra silliness in a lesson, they can kerplunk all they want as long as they learn the rest of it. But what I did is, in sharing the responsibility between the student part and the accompaniment, I put in the grace notes in the accompaniment. And so those are those square wheels going, hitting and slapping the pavement, all those little accidentals. But I don't want to leave it at that either. If you'll notice that some of them become eighth notes, so that as we're going through, it isn't always a grace note, but sometimes they're eighth notes, which gives a little bit of a rhythmic flavor to it. So it's something that I kind of approach these earlier pieces in the economy of means, but also how can I really pick and choose to make it clever and unique.
I love how restrictions played that role in your composing. What other challenges did you face when you were composing Square Wheels?
Well, the cover took me a while. I had to do a composite to make it look good, and I wanted to reflect exactly what it was. It needed to be more colorful than the art I initially found, and so I kind of play with some of them to make them more appealing to the eye.
That's amazing. I did not know that you were involved in laying out the cover art. As I looked at this publication, this looks totally 100% pro. It looks like you spent thousands of dollars on a graphic designer. I mean, clearly you have an eye for putting these things together. It's just beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about Square Wheels?
It's just a fun, catchy little tune that I think the students really enjoy playing. Without too much challenge, I make sure there's a nice balance between all the elements and all the concepts that they're learning. So I hope everyone enjoys it.
Oh, I know we will. Tom Gerou, thank you so much for joining us today. Tom Gerou's piece is Square Wheels. Find it at tomgeroumusic.com. Thanks again, Tom.
Thank you, Sam.